Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I have some very big developments and news on the server merge, which will be coming to World of Tanks Blitz fairly soon, within the next month. This is going to affect every single player in the game, and in a good way, believe it or not. Yes, in a very, very good way. Everything that we were hoping the server merge would be is exactly what is happening. And this is so nice. It solves so many problems with the game which currently exist, and it's going to make life a lot easier. And I'm going to explain everything in today's video. So what exactly is happening? Well, if we make our way over to the Discord server, we can see all the news. By the way, I should mention I'm going to be the only content creator posting on this, at least as of now. Maybe there'll be more videos tomorrow, but I can always guarantee that I'll be the first when it comes to news, development, and tanks being released into the game. So if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please consider pressing that subscribe button. A very large portion of my views are not subscribed people. So yeah, please consider smashing that subscribe button. Helps out the channel. Make sure to click that like button so more people can hear about the server merger. And if you're not in the Discord server, join that as well, because then you can keep up to date when I post my videos for even more important information. With that being said, at the end of the month, or starting February, Wargaming will start blocking accounts from accessing the game if they are still under conflict. It's not at the end of the month. We know that it will be until the beginning of February because it's quoted by Wargaming. Players will have until the beginning of February to resolve any account conflicts. Once this time has passed, players will be required to resolve the conflict first before being able to utilize Wargaming resources. What conflict am I talking about? Essentially, if you get this message when you load up the game. We've noticed you're using multiple accounts with the same login credentials across different regions. If you would like to use multiple World of Tanks Blitz accounts, choose unique login credentials for each of them. If you'd prefer to have only one active account, link your accounts. What this means is I actually had this pop up on my main account. And the reason why is because I have my NA account, which is my Droodles email, and then I made my free-to-play account, which is on the EU server, and I use the exact same email. Because Wargaming is merging the servers to one, they are not able to figure out which account you're logging into. So they want you to set a different email to a account under the same email. That way, you can log in to separate accounts under separate emails once this merger happens, because you're no longer selecting the server you sign into at the beginning of the game. So that's why this is happening. Now, to be fair, I don't understand why Wargaming didn't just make it so that when you type in your email and password, it would bring up two accounts on the choosing loading screen, and then you could select this account name or this account name, and it would solve the problem, and they wouldn't have to block accounts. It would be way easier. But whatever. Wargaming chose the extra effort way, and that's how they're doing it. So if you have this popping up in your garage, you should fix it. If you don't, really doesn't affect me. It's your choice, but you will be blocked from the game until you resolve the conflict starting February. Wargaming will most likely make an announcement in their server when exactly it's going to be blocked, but just don't procrastinate. I know some of you out there are still having this pop up. Fix it. So, you may ask how the upcoming server merges might affect you. Long story short, they won't affect you. So, what exactly is happening? An upcoming Blitz update will merge all the game servers, North America, Europe, and Asia, into one unified system. This means you will no longer need to choose a server when logging in. You will also be able to platoon with friends across different regions. Yes, I know you are very excited to hear that. I am very excited to hear that. A couple months ago, I was doing a stream with Peter KW, who's a European streamer, and he was playing on one of my accounts so that we could platoon together, because I wanted to use my account, and I, can't use my main account if he's on a different server. I don't have enough tanks when I'm streaming that people want to see played. Long story short, I gave him one of my accounts, and then I used my press account, and we platooned. And one of the CCs got mad, ratted on me, and I actually got a message from Wargaming saying you shouldn't do that, which is really cringe in my opinion, but that's besides the point. That's no longer going to be a problem. It's going to be great for me because it means I can stream with other content creators across different servers. I can also platoon with people across different servers. This is absolutely huge. But it's not just that. It's also going to be great for any of you, because now any of you guys can try out the different servers and play with different people. All the people that Want to see what the EU server plays like, all the people that want to see what the NA server plays like, now you have the ability to do so. And this is really cool, and it gives players a lot more freedom. If you currently live in the United States and play on the North America server, you will continue to play on the NA server by default. If you play in the United States, but you play on the European server, and a great example of this is my free-to-play account is registered right now under the European server. But next update, when I log into it, it's going to automatically set me to the NA server because the ping is going to be better there. So if you have any European accounts, they will now be basically switched to the NA server for lower latency once the update rolls out. However, you will still have the option to manually switch back to the European server. If you want to platoon with a friend in EU while living in the North America server, the platoon leader can set the matchmaking region depending on their preference. This is huge. It means that if I'm platooning with somebody on Europe, I can set it so we both play on NA. I can set it so we both play on Europe. I'm interested to see how the ping will be affected. I'm very interested to see. This feature may not make it into the final release of the game, but in general, players should see zero downsides in latency and ping once the server merges happen. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this means. I wish it was a little bit more clear, because I should mention that the reason I'm saying this is because it's not making this clear if I'm playing on the European server, if I'm not going to notice ping, or what this is saying is that if I'm playing on NA, it's going to, not change at all. I am expecting the servers to be exactly the same as if I'm playing, they're not changing the servers themselves. They're just changing the fact that now players can swap between what servers they play on with their account. That's all they're doing. Previously, it was locked, but now you have the ability to change your server. So your ping is still going to be the same. If you set your server to North America, you're not going to be fighting people that set their server to Europe. You're only going to be fighting North American players. But if you set your server to Europe, now you're not going to be fighting people from North America. I don't know why anybody would want to set their server to Asia, because, let's be honest, the Asia server is usually the most sus in terms of teammates. But hey, now the Asia players can come over to NA or Europe, and, well, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see what happens with the teammates. I am expecting to see a lot of that. I'm also interested to see what happens with chat. Right now, the European server doesn't have global chat, but the North American server does. Is Wargaming going to remove the option of global chat because now you're going to have European players who are going to be having the opportunity to play on North America? You're going to be having North American players who are going to be able to play in Europe. I don't know what's going to happen there either. And again, we're going to find out. But either way, we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting gameplay arise out of this. But I'm hoping it's good for the game. So we can see this here. I have a feeling Wargaming sent this to ASIN, mainly because I have gotten messages like this in the past, and it has shown this exact same feature not final, content in development thing. But essentially, we can see here what's going to happen. So in the select battle mode, there's going to be a select server tab. You can press that, and then it's going to give you the ability to change your server. It's just that simple. So in the future, all players are going to be able to choose where they play, which is obviously huge, and I cannot wait for this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and yeah, apart from that, I'll see you all in the next one. Make sure to click that subscribe button. Bye-bye.